Hello guys, how you all doing? Nagamnati. And then yeah, today I'm sure you have heard me mentioning over and over again that you should never trade against the bigger trend or the bigger time frame. You should never go against the bigger time frame. So I think I see that playing out now on VIX 75. So I just want to show you what I mean. I'm sure some of you get the concept, what I mean when I say don't go against the bigger time frame. So I'm just gonna show you now on VIX 75. Remember on VIX 75, the initial setup was that we had said, I'm sure you posted this video yesterday when I said we are buying from this and then we are going to exit there. When you get from anywhere inside here, then that's when we're expecting a reaction. And you can see that already the price is feeling the heat, is being rejected. So which means our weekly resistance is holding. Ne? So weekly is what is pointing down, because what we are bouncing from the resistance. When I say don't go against the bigger time frame, I mean if you were to go down on your time frames and then find a setup on maybe daily that says buy, you are buying against the weekly resistance, which is not a good idea. Obviously the price can bounce there and stuff, man. You should never, it's not a good thing to do. Don't go against the bigger time frame. So we can all agree that based on the structure that we are having here, that we are hitting the weekly resistance, the force or the pressure is to the downside. Right now, let me show you what is happening on an H4. Something interesting. We talked about this in the previous video where I said the trend line is here and we do have a very nice area of support here, and the price came back to it, but we are not going to buy from it because of what the price how can I put this? We are not going, I want you to look at it this way. I get the price was going up and we did have the weekly resistance, ne? And if let's say this is our demand, this one that we have there, and then it goes up, ne? If the price comes down, we can buy. Why? Because we still have space to hit the weekly resistance, right? But now if the price forms the very same support, right, and here's our trend line, but instead of coming back, it touches the weekly. Now the weekly is in control and then it comes back to our demand. We are going to ignore that. Why? Because the price is bouncing from a weekly area of resistance. If it had turned before hitting that, if it had turned here and came back, at least I can say, let me buy. I still have smaller space for profit margin enough. But if the price touches that weekly, I cannot go against that. So that's what we are having here. As much as we had a nice demand there or support and the trend line, and we came and touched them here perfectly there, we were not gonna buy. Why? Because the price, when it went up, where it is coming from, it was already touched this. We don't have any room to the upside. We don't have any room left to the upside. So what is it that you have to do now? That remains the most important question, ne? I hope this concept, guys, it makes sense when I say you should never go against the bigger picture. Right? Weekly is in control. Why am I thinking of going against that? So this one, as much as this was a very nice area to buy, Mara, based on the circumstances, we are not allowed to take a trade from that, and it failed. So now it comes to question, what is it that I have to do now? Remember the trend line, the last trend line that we had was this one, and the last support that we had was that one. So on this H4 we have what support has been broken. Number 2, wait for what? Wait for trend line to be broken as well. Then we will be what? Looking for selling opportunities. What do I mean by that? Because remember, I said not the way I trade. At this time, the trend line is not yet broken up until this bar closes and then it doesn't touch the trend line. Because remember, it's still red, yes, and it's still open. It can still change and go and close there, then you can see that it didn't break the trend line. So what I mean is that we must wait for it to close outside and not touch the trend line. Then we will say the trend line also has been broken. We removed the demand. The odds are pointing to the downside, and they are also agreeing with our weekly structure, which is our weekly resistance that the price is bouncing from. Then we can mark this. Then we can mark this. Okay, let's use a different color. Let's use this one. We can mark this area of what? Of H4 resistance, which is most probably inside the weekly resistance. And what did it do? It formed this move, right? For after forming that H4 resistance, we formed that move. The move did what? It broke H4 support number 1, and it would have broken H4 bullish trend line, which means it is a nice resistance to take trades from. So once this is broken, we are going to sell there. And where are we going to exit? You can pick any area of nice resistance that you have here, but now usually I jump one time frame, I move to the higher time frame, and then I say if I get an entry there, I'll be exit and see how the price reacts there. Then depending on how it reacts, we can also get some trades. And remember, even here, what is it that is happening? Looks like we are going to engulf this if the structure doesn't change overnight. It looks like we're going to engulf that. Then we'll be having the engulfing. If we get that, we can say, H4 is engulfing. I mean, daily is engulfing. And then if I get this on H4, I'm more than welcome to sell. And then this is our area where we're going to exit. I hope this makes sense, guys. We are never, ever, ever, never, ever, 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 ever. We will never, ever, ever take trades against the bigger structure, the bigger time frame structure. That's why I'm saying if you have a structure on H1 that is saying buy, but H4 is saying my resistance has been hit, we're not gonna buy. As much, it doesn't matter how the structure on H1, the setup that says buy looks, Mara, if it is fighting against a key structure on the higher time frame, as in gain, we are not going in. I hope this makes sense, guys. I just wanted to clarify that because when I opened this VIX 75, I saw that this is the concept that I can clarify, because I'm sure some people, they didn't get it because I never had a chance to actually look identify it on the chart. But today I got a chance on the real market, the live markets, ne? So yeah, I hope it makes sense, guys. So I'll see you in the next one. As soon as another thing that is worth sharing, I will always make a video and then share it with you guys. When I just make sure that you hit that bell icon, so that whenever I post something, you will always be notified that there's a new video that you can watch on the channel. And don't forget to subscribe. All right, I will see you in the next one, guys. Sharp.